enjoying the heck out. I got it off of GOG.com.
Alright, trying to test the stream again with new settings. I'm upping the bitrate a bunch. We'll see.
I'm all.
Come on, they can't close the iris.
Oh man, this is so annoying. It sends out a new email every time. Scrub, scrub, scrub.
Tools, options, video settings.
See if I can get Ket in on this and let me know what's up.
Tell Ket I say yo, bro.
I don't even know if he's around. He's not around. Alright, stream is restarted again. Hopefully we're in a better shape now. It's not buffering for me, but you know, I'm getting it directly from the source. So hard to say.
Why all the uncle hate?
So, tell me, what's happening now?
I continue the negotiations and ask him if something should happen so unfortunate to his brother-in-law. Is there anything to stop him as taking over as the commander of the local troops?
He's the commander of local troops. No. I am slave barge driver. I am bottom rank. We have dozen ships of war. Many slops, 2 frigates. They were in not so great shape before. Now, spare wood from Warfleet. Many extra ballista mounted. In fact, too many.
I'm impressed that you have the foresight to have the infrastructure in place. It was my understanding that transferring ballistas was a very difficult task.
It is very, very difficult. But we are, how you say, nomads. Very experienced sailors all. Oh, geez, it's still buffering. I don't know. I think it's Skype tonight.
Let me try to stop mine and see if it's me again.
No, it's not you. It's my connection to Twitch is getting iffy with it.
Because Skype.
Yeah, just sorry, viewers. Obviously, those of you watching on YouTube won't be having anywhere near this kind of issue because this always comes out super smooth and silky, right? Dom, it was always good for you whenever you watched it on YouTube?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we shall continue.
Okay, so is there any loot from the Chilaxians on your boat, if you are lowest of the...
He said, did you not promise to let me keep our own loot?
I said that we would need to take back the personal effects of the Chilaxians, as that is part of what was requested for the investigation.
He smiles for a moment and, you know, puts his hand here and he's like, I have flag from one ship. You can have it.
Sense motive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely has something more.
And
Do
in
I have to
addition to that flag,
Do I have to go back over there?
Oh, so Kamakiri is like, do I have to go back on it? He's like,
Don't make me go back over there.
he says, fine, fine. You know, he starts describing some goods that he has, and it sounds to you like he's got 2 points of plunder on his ship. that they transferred off of the ships, but never got off to the headquarters yet.
Okay.
He says, I need this money to pay my crew and to make my new way in the world. If you take it, I have nothing.
Sense motive.
We're
He
pirates.
has 100 slaves.
He says, I need slaves to power boat. He says, you may be pirates, but you are supposed to have honor. We have deal, negotiation.
Split it 50-50.
You notice that as he's been talking to you, his fake accent, or his real accent, but that he's been hamming up, has been dropping away, and he's speaking more like, you know, a normal Taldane.
So tell me, when you took your boat with your 100 crew members, how much food and water did you bring?
He says, we have enough food and water for 7 days. We have enough to make it to good port. Maybe Kent.
Kent.
It's on Motoko Island. It's in the middle of the map.
Big blue circle, middle of the big island.
Thank you.
I was trying to find it too.
I suggest that he may want to consider stopping by a squibbery before he heads into port.
He say,
If he believes that his former companions will not be pleased about
he's
his
like,
change.
oh, no, we good at squibbing. Very good at squibbing. I told you, we nomads. We travel all the way across world. You know how hard it is to get slave barge from Minkai around Crown of World all the way to Olfinlands and keep everyone alive?
No.
You know, that's actually a really good point. Have you ever considered signing up with the fleet?
He's like, fleet? What fleet?
Our fleet.
He's
Do my squibbing for me. 35.
So he's like, you become our captain then.
Commodore.
Mutual protection.
And he's like, what are the terms of this?
Well, the best term is I don't throw you back in the ocean.
You have to drop the cheesy accent.
So he just smiles and he flicks his rat tail behind his head.
Well, by being affiliated with me, you would, given my relationship with the Tuzi, what are their names?
Aspis?
People who operate Blood Cove? Yes,
That's
thank
this.
you. Given my relationship with the Aspis Court Consortium rulers in Blood Cove, it would certainly help cut down on any repercussions for you should someone find out about your former affiliations.
He's nodding and he's like, you protect us. You give us shelter from storm.
And you choose a designated territory. We already have one captain who is operating around Besmara's throne. And
What payment? What do you want?
more information about your former group's operations here in the Shackles, occasional squibbing work, and a very small percentage of your plunder. I understand, of course, you know, the expenses a ship captain has.
He immediately says, 1 for 10. Are you making that noise out loud, Scourge?
1 for 8.
Yeah. Yes.
He shakes his head. He's like, 1 for 9.
3 for 18.
I plead with you. I need the money. I must send back home quickly so that my family can be moved. Or my uncle will take my family away from me. Many children would be very sad to see them.
3 for 18.
So your whole family is back in Minkai?
Yes. Except Scummy's brother-in-law. You're like 3 for 18 and he's like 3 for 18. That is far too complex. Simple numbers work better.
I clap. Simple man.
Then he says, how about 2 for 18? 1 for 9. That sounds good deal.
That sounds exactly the same.
I propose a diplomacy off.
Well, you're riding off the diplomacy you did earlier.
26. 1 for 8.
He says, fine. We fly your flag. 1 for 8. And once quarterly, we squib ship for you.
That seems fair. How many
Seems
ships
fair.
do we have going through, anyway?
He says, we sail very far from here. We go to Caden's arm. Caden Kalian, good God. We do not have him on other side of mountains. He's good. Alcohol is civilization. Are you laughing at that, Kamakiri?
No, no.
Okay.
Dan is laughing at that.
Okay.
Alright, by the way, what is your name? We've done this whole
He
negotiation.
says, oh, now you want to know a name.
Real name.
Well-
We didn't care before.
I
You know,
told
if
you.
you were gonna die, but if I'm marking you on my map, that makes you a reoccurring character.
In your name, in your language, my name is Ruthless Mockingbird.
Yeah, he told us that earlier.
I just thought he was
Say
joking.
to you, like a real name.
He says, I think except for this one, and he points to Kamakiri, you will not be able to pronounce my name.
Then tell it to him.
Okay, so he says it to Kamakiri, and it's pretty much a direct translation of Ruthless Mockingbird.
Okay. Now,
Do you know of anyone else in your former organization who might also be willing to consider a change in employment? I mean, I would hate to kill unnecessarily.
He's like, I am not as committed to cause as others, not with family issues. Everyone else left their home's zealotry to murder Aspas dogs. I suspect they will not give over so easily.
Fair enough. Blah blah blah. Download of information on their base in here. He's already given us the information about the boat.
So
I
he asks, like, what is your pirate flag? Because you don't seem to be flying one. He's like, we need your sailmaker to make us flag. To fly.
show him an awesome silver dolphin on a blue background because I'm tired of arguing about the logo.
Okay, so your silver dolphin.
We're going with the dolphin for everything.
Okay.
It works.
All right. So
keep
he
it
is
brand
like,
name.
I have seen this creature before. It is a terrifying hunter and monster. It is much like you.
Why? Thank you. Just for that, I'm not going to feed you to a were shark. By the way, there's this boat you should know about.
He's like, okay, tell us about boat.
Ghost boat.
He's like, ah, yes, we have heard of this. In our language, we call it, and he just gives out this long string of stuff. And Kamakura, you recognize it as like devil, pirate, ghost god, flying wind.
Yeah, so it's an obnoxious nuisance, and it's killed one of our officers. But the trick is just stay near shore and go ashore at least once every 3 days, and you should be fine.
If it's going after you.
So he is like, I have heard of this boat, yes. It only hunts one boat at a time, and it continues hunting them until they all dead. If it is
Well-
hunting you, I'm not worried at all.
Cute.
There you go. And by the way, I do need to talk to your slaves before we go.
He says, talk to slaves. Like, he lets out a hearty laugh. He's like,
I put on my serious face.
He's like, why do you need to converse with slaves? They are slaves. He's like, no, seriously, why do you need to talk to slaves?
I need to explain our sexual harassment policy of this group.
He's like, sexual harassment?
I hand him a pamphlet.
We have literature.
Even the barbarians read.
He like turns to Kamakiri and he's like, you can explain this?
No, not really.
No.
He's like, as
Their
long as it
fights
is
are-
not you trying to wrest control of ship from me, you can speak with your new slaves.
I say,
Woohoo!
like, you know of this? Like, I say, their fights are my fights. Shrugging my shoulders.
I don't understand, but they're my fights.
Okay, so are you taking anyone with you when you go over to your new subship?
Yeah, let's bring the healer along. He can do physical exams.
So which one is the healer, just to be clear?
I don't know. Does he need to drink a lot of fluids to produce enough blood?
Oh.
Aces can technically heal as well, right? Just
Yeah.
to be, yeah.
Woohoo! Healing for everyone, now that we no longer have, Sandara Quinn.
Okay, so I just need Books, Aces, and Ferris to all make fortitude saves when you go below decks to talk to the slaves. They have not been washed in what appears to be a month, and their stench is enormous. Okay, Books, you immediately just start, like, projectile vomiting. You can't even get below deck. You just rush.
Nothing
to the
like
side
making
of
a
the
good
boat,
impression.
and you're like, and a couple of the Minkayan soldiers just like hit you with the butts to their long spears, and they're like, "Get it all out! Get it all out!" And they're like patting you on the back.
That's when Books cast a lot of prestidigitation.
Yes.
I
If I
explained
could.
the concept of hygiene as well. I'm doing sexual harassment. Although I have to think this would really kind of be a very good defense, wouldn't it?
So Ruthless Mockingbird is like,
Nobody wants the boat.
Hygiene. No, it's good weapon. Anyone chasing us must smell them.
Yeah, but you have to smell them.
Yeah, we have powder we put under nose. It's very good.
It actually totally wasn't a problem for us when we sunk your other boat. I'm just saying.
Other boat, when you sink them, they all go into water, get clean. We only wash slaves once a month.
Once a week.
Once a month.
Once a week.
He's like, we do not have enough soap for once a week.
Time to give them a soap budget.
Rinse them off at least?
Fine, we rinse them off.
Okay.
All the slaves are like looking at each other and they're like, oh my goodness. Getting to wash once a week. I'll feel like more of a man. And like another of them is like, look, it's the necromancer. She's the captain now. And the guy's like, the necromancer? And then one of the Minkayans just like starts whipping all three of those guys. He's like, shut up! Shut up!
I asked the slaves where they came from.
They're
Come
like, Captain, please! If you give me my freedom, I will tell you everything you want to know. And the man with the whip just, like, chain beating him at this point.
I reach out and grab the whip.
Okay, alright, like, you raise a hand and he stops whipping. And he's like, you should show the slaves no mercy, Commodore, or else they will get uppity.
Or if we show them that they can be rewarded for good obedience, it gives them a chance to aspire for more.
So he looks over at Ruthless Mockingbird, and Mockingbird is just like, she is the Commodore now.
I have four. Washing people.
She may be insane, but she's our insane boss.
I'm just saying, people were all want to be captain. I don't want to be captain. So, this is the captain that you deserve.
It's the captain that we deserve, but the one that we didn't want. I'm not even there, so I'm just chilling out back at the crow nest. Caw-caw!
Volunteers, maybe you won't go with the person who doesn't say no the fast. So, alright, that one guy can have his freedom. If I like his information.
Okay, he says, Captain, Commodore, I am a man of Port Peril. My name is Ulrush the Blood Raider. Once I was captain of a mighty longship, and I put out into the bay of Chotsu, and I was captured by these filthy Minkayan bandits, where they ambushed us in the night and murdered my deck crew. And then they took all of our people and they made us all slaves. I am an honorable warrior and a free captain.
Knowledge to recognize him as a free captain?
Sure, knowledge, nobility, or local.
I have
Alright.
both. Or am I over there? I'm not.
I'll tell you, you can also make a sense motive check.
Yeah, that was the next step.
Okay, so you've never even heard of this person. Yeah, it's hard for him to lie because, you know, he's naked and dirty and, you know, little human contact, so he doesn't have much practice lying, and it's obvious that he's not who he says he is.
Really?
He's
I just shake my head and I let go of the whip.
okay. Are you, like, indicating the guy should get back to beating this guy?
Would you like to further waste my time?
He says, okay, okay. I am a man from Port Peril. I served under the captain.
Did he?
Yes. He said,
Continue with your story.
I was the cabin boy aboard the ship.
I look him up and down. Does he look like cabin boy material?
He does. You know, he's youngish. You know, early 20s.
Alright, carry on.
He says, as I said, they ambushed the ship in the night, and they took our captain. He is on another ship. I apologize for trying to deceive you, but I was doing my best to get out of this, you know, Asmodeus forsaken hellhole.
Anything else of use?
I will serve you on your ship. I know how to make coffee.
I like this guy already.
You know how to grow coffee? Because
He says, grow coffee? No. I know how to grind beans. Perfect temperature for roasting.
we would need to have coffee.
You can find plenty of coffee in Port Peril.
Oh. Oh, I have no interest in coffee. Anyone else?
I'm a coffee addict. Like, I love coffee in real life, so that might spur my decision for this guy's freedom.
A ninja addicted to caffeine. I can
Well-
only see how that goes on the job.
Given that we have no access to Port Peril, he doesn't seem to actually be of use, and he did lie to me.
Not really addicted to caffeine. I am clean now. Just... Meh. We don't really have access to coffee, so... And I'm not
Yeah.
even here, so...
I mean, if he actually had coffee, that would be one thing, but yeah.
We could always steal some coffee next ship we run across.
So, like, you guys are talking about this, and his eyes just keep darting from one of you to the other. He's looking really nervous.
Do you have anything useful that you can do?
He says, I can make dresses.
Actually, do you have a whole bunch of slave girls wearing bags? Do you have a way easily recognizing your captain. Should I find him on another boat? You know, identifying mole, tattoo.
Oh, yes, he has many tattoos. He has
He's a
wolf
cabin
at
boy.
throat.
That's why I'm asking about.
Captain has a wolf tattoo around throat and axe on each shoulder.
Well, I kind of you to tell me outright instead of, saying that you identify the body if we brought you along.
Captain Ferris, wouldn't it be handy to have a personal assistant in your affairs?
She already has
She
one
she
such.
has a cabin boy.
She even had a volunteer cabin boy who got thrown in the bilges.
I mean, how many cabin boys? Ooh, can we cabin boys, please?
I don't like where this is going. You could just to improve your officers' quality of life, you could get them their own cabin boy.
All right, I have a job for you. You are going to be his lab assistant. Finger quotes. And I pointed to the party.
Okay. All right. So we haven't been upkeeping it, but you do have 2 new recruited people now. So you have the son of Soranash. No one actually bothered to ask what his name was. But the son of Soranash, and you also have Ulmar, the new...
His name is Bait and or Chum.
You have Ulmar, the officer's cabin boy / blood experimentation flunky.
I'm just saying, we'll give you a trial period for a month, and you can see if you'd rather go back to being a slave.
He's like, no, I'm perfectly fine with this. I will definitely more greatly enjoy giving blood than I will being here. And
We'll talk in a month.
He's he's going to be more of a taste tester than a blood donor.
Like I said.
Like I said.
He just looks confused, and he holds out his hands for someone to strike the chains off of them.
Yeah, I said that in character, by the way.
Okay.
I snicker quietly.
So the Minkayans, take his chains off, and he hobbles his way into your longboat. All the rest of the slaves seem kind of jealous and angry. They sit through the sexual harassment ceremony, but they don't really seem to get it. Not a lot of sexual harassment going on when you're chained next to 3 guys.
Are you saying that there are no homosexuals on this boat?
I'm not.
Or just that they would not be touching anybody who hasn't bathed in a month? Because
Yeah.
I could see that.
That. Also the fact that these guys probably haven't seen the deck in years.
Regular exercise program as part of the health and welfare reforms.
All the Minkayans just start laughing. They point to the oars and say, yes, regular exercise program, part of daily...
You have to let them stretch their legs as well.
So, like, their Master Scourge anecdote, the Master at Arms over there, turns toward Ruthless Mockingbird and quizzically turns his head, and Ruthless Mockingbird just like...
Remember, I seemed better than your previous position.
He's like, we will do as you say, Commodore.
I could just see them breaking out in some, yoga poses, on deck. They're all trying to stretch with the chains.
Oh yeah, they're going to be putting these guys through T&E's, martial poses.
Tuesday. Biggie. The thing in the place with the what? You know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
When the old people get together at Chinatown every weekend and they do the...
Tai Chi.
Yes!
Yes. They will teach them that version of Tai Chi, but only the super slow version so that these guys don't become a bunch of super monks and rise up.
I'm okay with this.
They
They're
don't
still
want to
getting sunshine, and they're going to get weekly baths.
They don't want to have it be like Roots, except Roots, where all the slaves snap their bonds and start murdering everyone.
You know what? I never watched Roots.
Wow, you're missing out, man. Kuna Kinte. That's a bro right there. Your
Well-
name is Tobear.
Here's the thing, my room. One of my friends always joke about it. It makes me feel bad, so I'm like, no, I'm not falling for your jokes, bro.
No, you should watch it. It's enlightening.
You know what?
Although
I
if you've
might
seen
watch it.
Django Unchained, you can pretty much fast forward through most of the movie.
I love Django Unchained.
I have not seen that one.
Oh,
Oh, snap!
Oh,
Samuel
Yeah, it's
Jackson,
awesome.
man.
oh, he has
Jackson.
such a disturbing role in that movie.
I know they play it
Why?
so well. They act so well.
Oh,
Especially
is he
Robbie
up
Allen
on that
Jr..
horse? Why is he up on that horse?
no, Michael, or yeah, Matt. The players can't see what you're typing, but I can relay it to them. Michael Bay remake. Bam.
Not go. The argument: do you walk away from the explosion, or do you look at the explosion? That argument.
You always walk away so you can have it silhouetted behind you.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. They turn around and walk away.
Nah, dog. If I want to see my handiwork, I'm gonna look at it and videotape it.
Sounds like arsony.
But then how can other people be the ones who are watching you as you walk away from it and know how cool you are?
I just blew up a building. Of course, I'm cool.
I'm just
Wow.
now I have to find that comic.
Please no.
I- Okay, back to the story. What are we doing now? After negotiations and stuff.
Well, assumably, at some point, you'll be done speaking with Ruthless Mockingbird and letting their crew get down to business, getting squibbed on the way to Caden's Arm.
So he gives me all the information he has about their outpost here in the Cove and any other locations here in the Shackles.
Yep.
Alright, does it seem feasible that we could actually get into the Cove and recover the giant swollen, presumably not the real captain body?
He seems pretty convinced that it's the real captain. But just to remind you, you were tasked with bringing back the man Jenkins alive. They were paying you to bring him back alive only.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I also want to see this body.
It seems like it would be very difficult to get in there. You'd have to probably have some sort of plan. As was mentioned, the only entrance is to anchor your ship inside their private cove and then dive under the water to get into their, fortified underwater base.
Dom link for you. So, who wants to go breaking into an underwater base?
This guy.
Sure.
Yep.
I didn't hear like a full resounding yes, but I'm assuming everyone's behind it.
Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
Okay.
Aye, Commodore.
Oh, I love this comic.
Let me look at this comic. Manly guys doing manly things.
I read it all the time.
The punchline is machismo. It's taking super long to load, although that might just be me and the buffering tonight. Comcast heard I was canceling my service and now they're kicking me in the balls. Okay, it's still not loaded. I'm getting Craig'd here. Get it? Because Craig takes forever to load.
I like the one with the Fist North Star working at McDonald's and he punched the lady and it's like, you're already fed. And I'm satisfied. And the guy's like, I don't even know how to grade that.
Then I guess you're holding the camera. It's pretty good. Everybody gets burns. It's awesome. Okay.
So let's go raid somebody.
Yes.
So, side question number 2. Does his slave galley have any ballistas or catapults mounted on it?
It doesn't.
Aww.
They did. You notice they didn't even bother putting up a fight when you shot the crap out of them.
Do we think that other slave galley would have plunder if we went swimming down and looted it?
Definitely, but he informs you that like they have a dozen ships and they're probably crawling all over the wreck right now.
Oh, dang it, Dustin.
Yeah, but if they're all out here, they're not back at the base.
Well, it's a 200-foot wide cove, so if the only way of getting in is to go into the cove, I mean, can we go on land, walk around, rappel down the cliffs, and then swim through while they're out on their boats?
Could certainly try.
Don't have a good feel for the map. How high are the cliffs?
Cliffs are like 200 feet tall.
Yeah, that may not.
The bay
No.
there, as you've already seen, is about 30 feet deep, so enough to get, most deep water ships.
Use air bubble. Just walk along the
Bottom.
of the water and enter through that way without the people in the ship seeing.
How long does air bubble last?
Minute
I
per
don't
level? I think it's a minute per level.
5 minutes per casting, and I can do it 10 times a day. So if we brought the whole strike force in, 10 minutes. And I would have no other level 1 spells, such as healing.
Can we walk 200 feet in 10 minutes? On the bottom of the ocean?
That? Well, yeah. When you're on the bottom of the ocean, you move at half speed, so you could do it in like 10 seconds if you were running.
Yeah.
We could do it in a minute.
I think it's doable.
Well, if we
Because we're
walk
obvious-
15 feet, if we walk 15 feet around, or actually double move 30 feet around, times 10 rounds per minute, we can do it in less than a minute.
Okay. Now remember, you got a 20-foot move guy with you, so...
I mean, the other option is like an air bubble and touch of the sea, buddy. And then you would have...
Then we can do it in half a minute.
It doesn't sound like time is going to be a big issue, so if we can do it in a couple of minutes, the single 5-minute casting should be enough for everybody to be able to get there. How far away can we put the ship and not be seen is the problem. So
The
we
other
leave our
question
ship.
is, I mean, if there's 12 people, that's hundreds of... Do we think an infiltration force of 5? Was he able to tell us where they put the body and the loot and the whatnot?
Where they put the body. So the body is hanging on like a cross set sideways, so like an X, and it's lashed with chains, and it's in the main common room. So when you come out of this underwater tunnel, it's like a 300-foot diameter cavern. Like big carved out ceiling and lots of supplies and slave cages and all that stuff, and the body's like hanging on a wall for everyone to see. So everyone gets a reminder of what happens when, Aspis Consortium comes to take their stuff.
Wow, I bet it smells great in there.
People have... Do they all have no sense of smell or something?
It's been
They have
burned
powder
out.
that
As
goes
you said
below
earlier,
nose.
they
Very
put
good.
powder underneath their noses to deal with it.
Okay, well. What the heck? How are we going to hide the ship? Because if we leave the ship sitting right outside the cove, when they come back, they're just going to see it. And we'll come back and have no ship and all their plunder. Suggestions? Anybody?
I mean, how far away did we tow this boat? How far away are we now?
So probably a few miles out. You know, like an hour's sail. How far away do you want to be, I guess is the question.
Well, they're all going to be back in the base by the time we get back.
Yeah.
So we might as well park right outside.
Why? Yeah, why don't we park and wait till after dark and see if we can do a more stealthy mission.
Yeah, our usual approach.
Well, you know.
2 people with dark vision.
2.
Half orc.
Oh, yeah. Half orc and the dwarf. Nearly forgot.
I know, but people forget I'm here.
No, I forgot the dwarf had dark vision.
Ah.
All right. What's going to be, y'all?
I'm a fan of wait until dark.
Same here. Ninja stealth this shiznak.
Yes.
You have seen the dwarf, right? Neither stealth nor ninja-like reflexes are well within his forte, so...
You could be in the back.
Actually, he has a positive stealth. +6. Not terrible.
Not bad.
He just doesn't like to do it. Okay. Up to you, Commodore.
Dark is fine.
The captain has spoken.
What can we do about making sure the ship doesn't get...
Get your ship towed. Leave it in
Yeah.
a non-parking space.
Yeah, get...
Come back, find it repossessed.
Come
by
back and
other
find
pirates.
the boot on our ship.
Everybody's
leave it.
dead.
We could leave a detachment of men. Including your fan.
Well, I mean, we're not exactly going to be able to bring them along with us if we're going in stealthily. So, aren't we pretty much leaving the crew?
Suppose, yeah.
Looks like.
So you're leaving the crew and taking all the officers.
The crew likes us, right?
Just sounds so bad.
Sure. I'm sure the crew loves you guys.
After Scourge punched one of them out for talking out of turn.
But that's just part of Scourge's lovability. That's why everybody likes Scourge. People on the internet, you agree with me, right?
He's probably healed up by now.
I'm sorry, I was a Scourge fan when I was watching this, so... Sick free for life. Hopefully, how long? Well, once we go in, grab the body or whatever he is, and dip out. We're trying to avoid confrontation.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to loot and plunder and pillage and steal anything. So just get the body and get
Did we ever
out.
manage to pick up bags of holding, or
I have
I
a
don't
bag
think
holding.
we've gotten the gold of it yet.
I have a basic one. I can leave most of my gear at the ship, except for the ones that I need for combat. It only holds 250, so
Well, hopefully bloated body isn't too big.
It's gonna smell awful for the next couple weeks.
I know.
We still have we still
we
have the issue.
the other ship,
sorry.
so she can't help you with that.
We still have the issue about what to do about the ship. We can't leave it with just crew. We can't leave it where it'll be seen. And I'm sure none of us want to stay behind.
You know what? I'll take a
Are
hit
there
this
any-
time.
Are there any NPC officers? Do we have any other officers?
You haven't
Or
elected any,
are we 5 it?
as
I mean-
far as I know.
I mean,
Sounds like it's
Contrabar's
time
cool.
for a field promotion.
Contrabar's cool. I mean, I wouldn't know that.
Contrabar's not on the
Sent
ship
Contrabar
anymore.
to
He's
the
not,
other ship.
he's not with us anymore.
Oh no.
All right. I call in Croup, as he seems to be our
Go to.
currently stable drunkard.
Okay.
So here's the deal: we want to try and track down this guy's body. Do you think that you could handle being captain?
He's like, how about lieutenant? Sounds good to me. Good old Ambrose Croup. I'm really reliable.
That's the motive. Do I think that he's going to immediately have a...
No sense motive. Nope. You have to make your own character judgment on this one.
We're gonna put the drunkard in charge of the ship.
Well, the one
I will
good
say
thing about...
this. You do need to make your own character judgments, but he did help you guys out on the boat when you needed
Yeah.
help.
Oh, he
He
did.
has helped us out repeatedly, and since we've reached the point that I'm using my conjure booze to supply the ship's alcohol needs, there isn't that much that can be stashed for...
So while you're
Private-
saying this, you see some of the crew members that are like smirking and they're just taking pulls of alcohol. Like
You
even
see-
with you giving infinite alcohol, they just like save a little in reserve for when they want to drink on the off hours.
I say to Captain Pharaohs, I'm willing to stay behind this time, just to make sure the ship stays not
I
dead.
mean, I'm probably one of the least useful actual combat stealthy people, so I am fine with, air bubbling and whatnotting you up and letting you all go.
I
Okay.
feel the same way. I can assist in any type of like touch of the sea and stuff like that because I mean stealthing for me is not very wise.
So we're breaking the big rule of D&D, splitting the party.
Ooh.
I think just one person on the ship should be fine. I don't think we'll have that much trouble out of the crew.
Okay, I mean I can go with the group or stay behind. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you have any actual healing yet on books?
No, I need to do my quest to actually.
Until you get the quest. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a special prestige class where you actually need to go and learn the techniques.
Yeah.
Instead
okay.
of just magically, oh, I can do this cool new thing.
Yeah.
So until I do this
Okay.
quest, I won't be able to start healing people.
All right.
That's my
I just-
assumption, anyways, from the context.
all right.
Still close.
Well, seeing as how this is supposed to be a low conflict mission anyway, I think we'll be fine.
I'm definitely
All right.
going.
There's never a low conflict situation when there's a battle map involved.
Well, yes, you're definitely going. Can't we just put you in front and intimidate everyone as you walk around with a half-sheath sword?
No, they're going all the way out of their sheaths. I'm just gonna saunter on through the base.
Are you saying you're going full sheathed?
Unsheathed.
Oh. All right. Well, let's get on with it then.
So, before you go, let's get on with it. We will need to end early tonight.
Okay.
No.
Because unfortunately I got to get up early and keep packing. And then I'm only going to be doing a half session tomorrow night for Rise of the Rune Lords.
All right.
So, we will be ending shortly. Let me ask, how are you guys enjoying this side quest that I have written? It's progressed in a manner I had not expected, but that I fortunately had some notes prepared to help deal with.
We added them to our crew of ships.
Yes.
That was a cool call.
It's been fun.
How is this a surprise for anything I've done?
I thought it was awesome. Big props to Lorraine. I did not see that coming, and I was
Never
like,
saw it coming, no.
wow, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Never even considered. Never even occurred to me. So yeah, that was pretty good.
The fleet grows.
That's the goal. You know.
All right. I'll keep in mind that you guys like growing your fleet like Pokemon. Gotta acquire all the ships possible.
Gotta.
It's weird because you can make a ton of money selling the ships, but you just keep investing
Yeah,
in the
but
future.
the
let's
ships,
say.
right? The ships can keep making money for us, though. You know.
Just like Black Flags, just send them off to do stuff.
Well, it's funny how like some of us have like little or no magical items. You know, we're just basically naked hanging out, and yet we've got all this wealth and crew and ships and everything else. So it's kind of a different way of kind of measuring your resources.
Okay. All right.
Kind of more old school when you were tickled to death to have a +1 longsword. Everybody's like, yes.
You guys aren't up to everybody having +1 equipment yet, right?
No.
Yeah.
I have +1, but
I have +1.
All the new people.
Just because I came in with wealth by level.
So this is our new lesson. We all die, and then we get wealth by level.
And we get great gear. Wow. I don't know anything of that.
Sure. That's one way to take away from it.
Yeah. No, but I don't have any ridiculous magic items. I have sleeves of many garments and a quick runner shirt. That's pretty nice.
Oh, quick runner shirt. Run quick.
Yep.
My favorite ad in the Daily Bard. All right. I apologize that we need to end this early, but again, I have plenty of work to do around here. And I'll put some extra time into next week preparing an epic underwater intrusion scenario for you guys that will be both awesome and quick running so that we don't keep the party split for too long.
Okay.
All right, so let's say goodbye for the night then, and I'll see you all next week.
All right.